Hey everybody, we're back again here. This is Justin Popovich with Orangeville blog, and today I have a really interesting guest, Jeff Kralka. How you doing, Jeff?
Good, man. Thanks.
And Jeff is another Orangeville local, and he runs a really, and I think you're going to find this really cool, interesting website called lickmyaxe.com. We're going to get him to explain the story and what it's all about, but first of all, Jeff, thanks again for taking this interview with me. So for the people watching, just tell them a little bit about what you're doing with your website and what your vision is and where you're going with it.
Sure. Well, I started an online guitar community, and basically it promotes original guitar music of all styles and whatnot. And we're doing a lot of reviews and right now on CDs and concerts and whatnot, and just contacting as many guitar players and getting in touch with as many guitar players out there that we can and promoting them. There's a lot of stuff on YouTube these days. A lot of these guys are writing original music and whatnot, and it's not being seen. And so we at lickmyaxe.com go in and we try to find some original music and get it out there so that people can see what's going on kind of thing in the guitar community.
Yeah, showcase them a little bit.
Yeah.
So I know it's hard to stand out from the crowd too, and so tell us a little bit about your background. Obviously, you've come from a musical background.
Yeah.
What were you doing before this all started, and then how did you translate it into a website?
Well, I started playing the guitar when I was a little boy, and it's been going on about 25 years now. I've been teaching for the last few years, and so it's always been the love of my life. I've always had a special spot in my heart for the guitar, and so I've wanted to build a community on that and kind of bring all the guitar players of all the different styles together and kind of know what each is doing and what's going on in the guitar community kind of thing.
Sure. Yeah, and I definitely want to get you to talk more about some of the exciting things that are happening with your site. Just a bit more on your background. So you say you teach. Talk a little bit about what your experience as a musical teacher, and was it all in Orangeville or was it in different areas? Or?
It's been in Orangeville. Yeah, I've been living here now with my wife for about say going on 8 years. And there was just a really strong musical vibe in this community, and there's lots of musicians and there's lots of kids who want to learn to play the guitar, and so once the September school year starts up, there's no shortage of students, that's for sure.
Yeah.
And so I wanted to get involved, and
So you teach acoustic, or does it matter?
I teach pretty much a broad spectrum of styles. I don't focus on just one style of the guitar.
Okay. Yeah. Whatever the person wants to learn.
Yeah, absolutely.
Very cool. Okay. So getting back to your online community here, and we're going to post a link, so just look at this blog post, you'll see a link to Jeff's site, and I suggest you really go and take a look around, because there's some really interesting stuff there, and it's never the same. Every time he does an update on his blog, it's something new. Tell us about some of the things that have been happening for you, because you're a great example of somebody who had an idea, had a passion for the guitar, and just started taking action, and the whole thing kind of took on a life of its own.
Yeah.
Tell a little bit of the story about what's been happening for you and some of the opportunities that have presented themselves just by you, kind of being out there and getting involved.
Well, I guess it started a couple months ago there when I got an offer to have one of the music stores in town do some advertising on my site. It hasn't panned out yet. We're still in the working it out stages. Earlier in July, I was at the Montreal Guitar Festival and happened to catch some really good footage and did a really good blog on that festival. And the manager for one of the guitar players caught wind of the video that I had posted, and she had contacted me, and we just hit it off, and we really had a really good rapport. We spoke to each other for about 2 hours, and it turns out that she knows a number of these other big name guitar players that are out there, like Don Ross and Antoine Dufour, Gareth Pearson, and Craig D'Andrea, to mention a few of them. And so I'm going to be at the Canadian Guitar Festival this weekend, and this manager, her name is Anne, has been nice enough to set up interviews with a good handful of these guitar players.
Yeah, and these aren't guys you can just call up and get interviews with.
Yeah, and so it's all been set up and confirmed. And these guys, between Friday and Saturday, I'm going to be documenting the whole festival, but I'm also going to be getting some interviews with some of Canada's top guitar players.
It's amazing. It's absolutely amazing. So, and what's really unique about your story is that you you just created this out of something you wanted to do. You almost took I'll just start it because I like it and then see where it goes.
Yeah.
And I know that there's a lot of people in our community or even anywhere that they might be doing a job they don't like, or they've been thinking about starting up something on the side, but they always start with, how can I make money? I like eating at restaurants. Maybe I should start up a restaurant on the side.
Yeah.
Or, you know what I mean? You can never start one on the side. You know what I mean? Like if they wanted to get a project going, maybe a business-wise on the side, they don't start with their passion. They start with what could I make money at?
Mm-hmm.
So you haven't done that. What kind of advice would you give to somebody that really wants to try something new? Maybe do it on the side and then maybe take it full time one day. Obviously, it starts with your passion. What kind of advice would you give to people that are in that exploring mode right now? What else can I do with my time outside of work?
Well, yeah, you hit the nail right on the head there. You have to be passionate about what you do. I mean, you are kidding yourself if you're going to try to start a company or anything else,
Yeah.
a project of any sort. If you're not passionate about it, it's not going to work, and you really are just kidding yourself. And so, it's not about just working all the time either. Like, you have to remove yourself from that and go spend time with your kids, because sometimes I find that's where my best creative ideas come from, is when I'm away from my work. Well, I don't even like to call it work, but
Yeah.
you know what I mean. I got to call it something.
Yeah.
But so you just got to stick to it, and you can't let the naysayers get you down. I mean, that's if you're happy and it makes you happy inside, what does it matter what anybody else says? Sometimes you just got to go for it, because life's too short, man.
Yeah. If you're not doing guitar,
Mm-hmm.
spend time with your kids. What else might we find you doing? Sports or outdoor stuff?
I'm a little political. I like sending letters to the government. For
Okay. Here we got a topic now, folks. Yeah.
For changes that I think need to be made, but
Okay. So you're not one of the guys that sits around, in your living room complaining to people about
No.
what should be done. You're actually trying to get things.
Yeah, I try. I mean,
Okay. Well, that's better than most.
as much as the next guy, but yeah, I guess that's something that's and it's not that I keep it private or anything like that. It just never comes up. Like, I don't. My friends know that about that or whatever, and it never really comes up otherwise, because people don't normally ask you questions like that.
I know.
Like,
That's one of my networking tools. I ask people questions they wouldn't expect to answer, and then I actually learn something about them. Okay, so before we go, favorite movie, favorite song, favorite book.
Favorite song? Wow, that's.
Because I know that's going to be a biggie for you. Or maybe narrow it down to like one of my top 10 is.
Yeah, I would say that. Okay, let's start with the favorite movie. Would probably have to be. I don't know. I like 300. That was pretty
Yeah,
good.
that was a good movie. I saw that in the theater.
That was great. Favorite song though, that's a tough one. Like, I just probably throw something out there that you probably never even heard of before. There's a piece of music that a guitar player named Al Di Meola and a piano player named Chick Corea play, and I think it's called "The Tales of a Dark Forest." And it's kind of probably one of my favorite songs that I've ever heard. It's just a fantastic piece of music.
So there's something we can do. After watching this video, we can go research that song. So what's the title again?
I believe it's called "Tales from Dark Forest."
Okay.
I'm pretty sure.
Okay.
And favorite book? I'll have to say Fox and Socks by Dr. Zeus.
Nice.
We give it a try sometime. It's pretty entertaining.
Yeah, no, I know there's a lot of creative people that say, read Dr. Seuss books to get the wheels turning. So, anyway, so here you've had a chance to learn about Jeff Kralka and his website, lickmyaxe.com. Like I said at the beginning, check out the site. You're going to see some pretty cool stuff. Jeff's a really interesting guy. He's like this in person, so reach out to him. Introduce yourself if you want to say hi. He's from Orangeville, another really awesome person in our community. And thanks again for watching. This is Orangeville Blog. Take care.